Hello, everyone. Let's see. All right, I'll wait for a few minutes to have a few people join in. I'm not going to wait too long because I'm on Eastern time. I try to go to bed by 10:30 at night to get 8 hours of sleep. That doesn't always happen, but I try so that I can be prepared for the day, a full work day, because I usually work about 12 hours. Between being a mom, a mom of two, an 11-year-old and a 4-year-old, and being a wife, sometimes it's hard to work like 8 to 5, 9 to 5. Sometimes my husband and I have to squeeze in dates and things like that during the day while the kids are in school. So here I am, decided to do my periscopes in the evening because I do know people work full-time jobs, and during the day I'm usually doing a lot of work for my clients, research, writing business plans, and things like that. So I find that the evening is better. I'll be doing recordings probably 2 or 3 times a week, and I'll see what's the best time. I'll see how many people actually log in and watch the recordings, and then that'll help me decide what's a good time to record. So I mean to do the recording. So if you hear something you like, give me hearts, because that lets me know I am sharing some good information for you guys. Thank you for joining me at this hour. Comment if you don't mind and tell me where you're located, because some of you may not be in the Eastern time zone. So let me know where you are, and I'll go ahead and get started and introduce myself. My name is Makiva Jenkins, Atlanta. All right, cool. So I'm in South Florida, Palm Beach to be exact. All right, my name is Makiva Jenkins. I am with the Prime Enterprise Group. At the Prime Enterprise Group, we write business plans. We do business planning sessions, helping people write their own business plan, and we help clients get approved for small business loans, lines of credit, investments, and a few grants here and there when they are available. So today, Virginia, all right. Thank you for joining me. And if you hear information too as well that you like, you can also share it. If you swipe your screen to the right, then it'll give you the option to share it on your Facebook, your Twitter, and you can share it with specific followers too if you know other people that need some motivation. So tonight I'm going to talk about motivational tips for starting and growing your business. You can also visit my website too and join the mailing list, because I also send out free business tips there on my website. No, through my email list once you join. I'm still learning to marketing OTG, but it's getting a little better, so I'm trying to record more. One free tip I'll say to you guys right now that I just found out is that when you are recording on Periscope, you can launch your videos to other social media outlets that you have, but you have to put it in your Periscope settings to record. Like your recordings will save to your camera roll. I'm using my iPad right now, but whether you're using your tablet, iPhone, or whatever, it'll save to your camera roll if you put it in your settings. And then you can upload these videos to YouTube, your blog, your website, and things like that, so you can monetize it. It's in your settings. If you email me, I can tell you how to do it if you don't find it, Marketing OTG. My email is makivaj@primeenterprisegroup.com. So, all right, I want to go ahead and get started with these motivational tips. The first thing is credit. I write a lot of business plans. I do a lot of business coaching. So when I get people contacting me about a business plan, and they'll say, well, how many business plans have you written that get approved for small business loans? And I can only say about 3 or 4. 4 right now, because I just had a client get approved for a loan, and he just had his grand opening event in August. But it's not because of the business plan that I wrote. It's because of the credit. Because the business plan doesn't stand alone when you're applying for small business loans. The business plan, yes, you're going to need it because they look at the research that you've done. There's no elevator to success. Everyone has to take the stairs. Yep, I say that all the time. Cocky ibis. All right. Yep, I say that all the time. But the business plan, they need it because they want to know that you've done the research. They want to know how you're gonna, who is your target market, what industry you're going in, how you plan to reach them. Yes, but you do need the credit. So I write countless business plans, and people don't get approved for their small business loans because of their credit, or we don't even start the process because I already know what they need to get approved, which is about a 675 or a 680. So being very honest with you as well, I write business plans and I don't have a 675, 680 credit score. It's lower than that. I became a full-time entrepreneur in 2009. How my credit score dropped, I did have that score once before, but I'm the type of entrepreneur that I don't mind taking risk. I know I don't want to work for anyone, and I don't want to punch a clock. I don't want anyone to tell me when I can take time off from work, when I can take vacation. Oh, I'm getting written up because I'm late, or I have to leave early, all of that stuff. I hated that. I used to work as a probation officer and a life coach, and I hated that. So I vowed to not have to do that again. So anyway, I became a full-time entrepreneur in 2009. And many of you may know when you run a business, your income isn't gonna be, that's awesome. I gotta get like you, marketing OTG. That's awesome. 25 years. Woo! So what happened was the income isn't consistent anymore, and I think that's why a lot of people, doesn't fit into my schedule. I agree with you. A lot of people are afraid because they no longer have that consistent income. But let me tell you, it was me not having that consistent income that made me feel like my back was up against the wall, and I hustled and I grind. I was out in the streets making it happen. So people that know my story, they'll say, well, Makiva, you used to have a nonprofit, you used to have an event planning company, you owned a boutique. Hey, Felicia, how are you? Thank you for chiming in. I live on the edge too. Yep. So when I started, I've always written business plans for like my family and friends, but I didn't do it as a company. I was still trying to figure out what my niche was and what I wanted to do. And it was my husband that suggested I start a consulting company. And I'm like, we don't have any money for that. I'm trying to get the boutique off the ground. I was still doing event planning here and there. And I still had my nonprofit. Again, I'm pulled in so many different areas because I'm just trying to make ends meet and bring money in to help my husband pay the bills, because as well, it's not like it used to be in the past where men are the sole providers. Women get out there and hustle. They do the work, and they kind of meet each other in the middle. At least that's what me and my husband do. So it's not all on me, and it's not all on him. We work together. So anyway, how my credit how my credit drop was, I was starting I just became a full-time entrepreneur, and of course I didn't have that consistent income coming in. So when I had money coming in, I would pay all the bills, and then I would probably not have any money left, or if I had money left, it was like little to none. And so sometimes I didn't have enough to pay all the bills. So it was like, do you pay your mortgage? Do you pay your car note? Do you pay these credit card bills? And what I did was I let the credit cards go. I paid the mortgage because I knew we needed a place to stay. I paid the light bill, or my husband paid the car note, our HOA. We did all of those things, the things that were, effortless provision. The things that were a necessity. We knew we needed transportation to take the kids to school. We knew we needed electricity. We needed a roof over our heads. So those were the things that we paid for. So that is how my credit got lower than a 675. So I tell people all the time, when you're serious about running your own business, you will make you'll take the risk that you need to take to get there. So here I am, started the business with no money. So this little bag here, little drawstring bag, When I started my business, this little drawstring bag means everything to me. Because let me tell you, I didn't have the credit score. And some of you on my Periscope right now may not have the credit score that you need to like go full time into your business or to even start your business. So you get discouraged because you don't have the money that you need to start. Here's motivational tip number 1. Don't let credit deter you from achieving your dreams, because I sat in my bed and I was like, okay, I got to figure this out. I knew an investor, and I had reached out to him. I put my budget together, because you always want to have a budget so you know how much you need to get started with that business. I put my budget together, and this was me starting the consulting business. I was already like trying to slowly build websites, and I was writing business plans, but I didn't have a website of my own because I didn't have the money to start it. I used Facebook to start getting clients and promoting, and as I got clients, I was paying for things, but I was like, okay, this is slow. I kind of needed a jump start. I needed working capital to jump start my business, to pay for marketing, things that I didn't have money for. So that little bag that I just showed you, this little drawstring bag, I sat in my bed one night and I was just thinking, okay, I need $5,400. How am I going to come up with $5,400 in a month or so? So I just thinking. I've applied for small business loans, didn't get approved. The investor told me it wasn't an investment that he wanted to take, and I'm like, but it's lucrative, just help me out. And he was like, no. All right, have a good night, marketing OTG. So he was like, it's not something that I want to invest in. I was like, well, it is a good investment. I'm telling you, I'm going to give you your money back. We went over like percentages, everything. He wasn't interested. I didn't let that discourage me. So I sit around thinking. I was like, okay, I have a laptop that I don't use. My daughter has a laptop that she doesn't use that much because, okay, she's 11 now. So this was in 2012. No, this was in 2013 when I really decided to go hard for my company. I took my daughter's laptop. I took my laptop, well, one of the laptops, and I took her cell phone. So I still believe that kids shouldn't have cell phones at their age. I got her iPhone. I got my iPad. I got a Gucci bag, 2 of my Louis bags, my Movado watch, like 5 pieces of broke jewelry, 1 pair of my Christian Louboutins, and I took it all to the pawn shop. They were like, how much money do you need? I said, I need $5,400. They said, what do you need this money for? And I explained to them, I'm trying to start a business. My credit isn't where it needs to be, but I need this so that I can get office furniture. I need to get a new computer. I need to buy stationery supplies. I had it all broken down. Here I am in the pawn store, fingers crossed, like, man, I really hope they give me what I need, because I just wasn't sure if all of that was going to add up to $5,400. Initially, let me go back about the drawstring bag that I showed you guys. I had my wallet and everything in my Gucci purse. And when they told me I was $200 short, and I was like, no, I know what I need. I don't want to start with less than what I need. And I saw like designer bags hanging up in there. So I said, do you guys... can you guys give me a quote for my Gucci bag? They were like, yeah. I had this little drawstring bag in the car. I dumped everything out of my Gucci purse into this little drawstring bag, and they gave me the extra $240 that I needed. And I walked out with my wallet, my ID, my keys, my cell phone, everything in this little drawstring bag. And so that's the sacrifice that I made to jumpstart my business. And from there, moving forward, it has been up ever since. And that was because I know that I needed that working capital to take my business further, and I couldn't get it with my credit. The investor didn't believe in me. He kind of thought that my idea was just a joke. And so I use that, put in marketing, purchase office furniture, and that's what kind of led me to where I am today. So that's my motivational tip number one. Don't allow credit to hinder what you're trying to do. Because if you have anything, I'm talking pawn shop, I took a missing earring, a broken bracelet, one hoop earring. I was just taking everything around that I knew was of value that I didn't necessarily use anymore because I needed to invest in my business and I wasn't sure how I was going to get that money. So that was number one. That's how I started my business. So now I'm back working on my credit to get the score that I want or that I need, because now we're trying to buy a bigger house. And I want to get a small business loan because there are other things that I want to do in my business that's going to take more than $5,500. So that's my motivation. You better sell them on eBay, Corinne, or take them to the pawn shop. If you have the receipt, take them back, do something. But that's what I did to invest in my company. And so one thing too, another motivational tip that I can recommend is, and this is more like a business tip, be the expert in your industry. People like to know that you know what you're talking about. So I share a lot of free information on my blog, on my social media outlets, because I want people to know that when I say that I'm a business coach, I'm a business coach. I know what I'm talking about. When I'm writing business plans, I'm giving details to my clients on why they should list certain things in their plans. And obviously, if I learned how to do it for myself, then I can do the same thing and help other people. So be the expert. Give advice through social media, because that will help you start or grow that business that you're looking to start. Because for me, I'm located in South Florida. I have clients everywhere. I've provided services to clients in California, in Texas, in Atlanta, Connecticut, Bermuda. But that's because my content, the things that I post, lets them know that I'm the expert in my industry. And then when they call me or they email me, it lines up with the same things that I'm posting, because sometimes I've seen things that people post and I'm like, oh, let me contact this person for some help with marketing or help with branding, because I can't do it all. And then the things that I see they post, it doesn't line up with what they're talking about when we're on the phone. So it's like, are you copy and pasting this stuff? I don't know. But you want to be the expert in your industry. And that's another thing too. You always want to delegate. Yes, we know that entrepreneurs wear a lot of hats. When I first started my business, I was the receptionist, I was the office manager, I was the social media marketer, I was the web development team, I was the logo design team, I was the business plan writer, I was everything. But once your business starts to grow, then you want to change your budget around to add in the salaries or the hourly pay, or however you're going to pay people. You want to add that in so that you're no longer doing everything for the company, because successful business owners don't do everything themselves. They do delegate. The next one is sharing free tips. You always want to share free business tips, again, because that goes back to being the expert. Sharing free tips. People like free stuff, but if you share enough information and it's like enough to get them to follow you, connect with you. You're welcome, Felicia. Share enough where they want to follow you and connect with you and sign up for your mailing list and things like that. Your free information ends up leading into a possible sale when they need your services. So you always want to share free tips. Business reviews. I wrote that down too. Business reviews. Always ask your customers to write reviews on your services, even if it's a bad review, or they're not satisfied. You want to have them to write a review, because no company is always going to have perfect reviews. Yes, we always want to strive for perfection, but no company is always going to have perfect reviews. Most of the time, even me as a consumer, when I get good service, I don't really talk about it unless someone says something like, oh, I like your hair, who did it, then I'll tell them. But I don't really just post about things like that all the time. But the minute you have a bad experience, you want the world to know. So trying to encourage your clients to write reviews. Google My Business is a really good tool to start using for reviews, because it also works with your SEO, and it helps get you on the front page of Google without having to pay for it. If you get people to write reviews on Google My Business, but you have to list your business on there, and you can download that app in the Google Play Store or iTunes. It's called Google My Business. It'll show you how many people searched your business, how many people wrote reviews. You can put pictures of your business on there, your company logo. Google My Business is really good. It's actually better than Yelp, if you ask me, because of the fact that it gets you onto that front page of SEO. I know Yelp does that too, but Google is just so much more popular that I just like Google better. But I also encourage my clients to write reviews on my Facebook page. I don't put my reviews and my testimonials on my website, because when clients send in their reviews, that's me basically copying and pasting what they've shared or what they've told me. Whereas when people go to check my company on Google My Business or my Facebook page and they read the reviews, then they have an opportunity to do their own due diligence and contact those customers directly, ask any questions that they have. And I encourage customers to do that before coming to me for business, because then you'll know that we're legit. We don't take your money and run with it. Like some people come to me and say, you sign a contract for every service that we provide to you. So it's good to do your due diligence so you know who you're working with and you can get the reviews from other people. And another thing I've noticed, even when customers write those negative reviews, if the company tries to fix it, like offering a discount, acknowledging the negative review in a positive way and trying to fix it, that's good too, because none of us are perfect. I've made mistakes in the past. I've taken on too many business plans at one time, and then I missed one or two deadlines. One person was willing to work with me and be okay with me pushing their turnaround time back, while the other one was like, no, your contract said you were going to have it on this day. I don't want to work with you anymore. That broke my heart, because I have always strived to try to meet every need for my customer. And it was my fault, because I should have said, no, I can't take on any more business plans. I'll have to take this on in 2 or 3 months. But I didn't want to turn the customer away. And at that point, it really wasn't about the money, like I'm turning the money away, because I was already financially set. And so that really hurt. But I learned from that. So we learn from our mistakes and we move forward. Let's see. Business reviews. Be expert. Give advice. Free tips. Don't let credit hinder you moving forward. Those are the things that I wanted to share tonight. Does anyone have any questions about anything that you want me to answer? I do have like 7 minutes, because when I get off, I am going to sleep, so I can get me 8 hours of sleep. At least that's what I'm trying to do, because sometimes, like today, I've been operating off 4 hours of sleep. So if you have any questions, you can post them and I'll answer them, because we have a few minutes. If you haven't already visited my website, you can join the mailing list. My website is www.primeenterprisegroup.com. My Facebook page is Prime Enterprise Group. Instagram, my personal Instagram is Makiva J, and the business Instagram is The Business Planners. Twitter and Periscope are both at The Biz Planners. So give me hearts if you enjoyed our conversation. And again, if you have any questions, you can post them here. But if not, you can always email your questions, because that helps me with the topics. That helps me know what entrepreneurs and business owners struggle with, the questions that you have. I'm able to answer those by writing a blog, talking about it in my podcast, or even coming on Periscope to discuss it, because I know what I do. I focus on working with entrepreneurs and startup companies starting and growing their business, but not all the time do I know exactly where you are in your business and what you need help with. And that's what I do. The success of your business is my business. If you fail, I failed at what I do. So thank you, KBiz. So again, if you have any questions, because I'm going to go ahead and sign off, but if you have any questions about anything pertaining to business, you can email those questions to support@primeenterprisegroup.com, and myself or someone from the team will respond and let you know when we're going to post it. And we usually use the hashtag #AskABusinessPlanner, so you can even use that hashtag on Twitter or Instagram and go back and read some of the questions that people have sent in, and then we answered them there. And you can always listen to our podcast, the Business Planners Podcast. We only have it in iTunes right now. And for people with Google Play, you can listen to it on our website on the front page at the bottom. So, all right, as I always say, live the prime life. Thank you guys for tuning in, and have a wonderful evening.